Welcome to Bed Crime Stories podcast. I'm your host, T, and if true crime is your jam, and like me, you enjoy delving into unsolved cases, trying to figure out who done it, please consider subscribing. Also, if you find value in my content, please hit that like button. Good afternoon, my true crime friends. I wanted to share photos of the memorial flower garden that Candy Harer, or Candus, and her friend Val planted for Harer's missing daughter, Rosemary Bly. The garden is such a visual feast, with its array of blooms and vibrant hues. It's clear that much effort and thought went into planning this lovely plot. I believe that Candus truly misses her daughter Rosemary, and also has no idea what happened to her. It feels as if Candus is holding on to the hope that Rosemary Bly will one day come back home. I'm also struck by the difference between this lush, colorful garden and the containers that Candus, and Summer supposedly planted in the afternoon on June 15th, 2021, outside Candus's trailer. If Candy can create such a beautiful, colorful garden in Wisconsin, why does she put so little effort into these planters in Tennessee? All we have are some cacti and rocks. It doesn't look like much creativity or planning went into these planters. It's almost as if they were thrown together with zero creativity and zero eye for detail. Is it because these planters were supposed to support Candus's script for the events of June 15th? Were these breadcrumbs deliberately put out to make the script seem more believable? You have to wonder why Candus didn't pick some additional blooms to throw in to add some color and maybe even some fragrance to the rather dismal-looking Wells property. The other thing that gnaws at me is why is there a discrepancy between what Candus says went down that afternoon versus Candus? If Candus is so well versed in gardening, you think she would have told Candus the difference between flowers and cacti. Remember, Candus told Ansley Daniel of WJHL that she, Candus, and Summer planted cacti. Take a listen.
And just asked me what I was doing. I said, well, we got to transplant these little cactuses.
You may recall that Candus told Chris McDonough of the interview room that they were transplanting pretty flowers. A prickly cactus does not a pretty flower make. Just saying. Why the discrepancies? And why the dismal effort on the planters? Why wasn't Candus able to create some well-planned plantings in those containers? Why so little effort for the planters on the Wells property? Did Summer really fill the planters? Did she help? Where are the pretty flowers that Candus said she told Summer they were about to plant? It's just another detail that doesn't match. Why aren't Candus and Candus describing the exact same events in the exact same order? It shouldn't be that complicated. And it was a really important day in their lives. You'd think the events would be seared into all of their memories at this point, and that they'd have written everything down that evening when Summer vanished, so that they didn't leave out any missing detail or forget anything that could later prove critical to the case. What really went down on June 15th? Until the next time on Bed Crime Stories. Ladies, gentlemen, before you depart, if you would please hit that like button.